But the difficulty is getting people to believe something that they don't want to believe. And in each of these cases, this is where the money is.
I can't do this. I have to sit down again.
She was put in front of a judge and given a guardian. That was when they took her away from us.
I have no money. And I'm going to tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you. I will smoke when I smoke, and I will liquor when I liquor. And I will eat what I eat. How dare him? How dare him? I control me.
There's something really scary happening with Wendy Williams. It seems like Katt Williams, Dave Chappelle, Kanye West, and others were right about what happens to famous people when they don't follow the rules. There are talks that Wendy is being controlled by the same people who are in charge of her money. And there's this new film that came out which people say is just a trick to make us think Wendy can't take care of herself and needs someone to control her life. Everyone knows Wendy has had some tough times, but it's strange that her bank, Wells Fargo, stopped her from using her money even when they didn't have any proof she couldn't handle it herself. Then, 2 years later, they say she has dementia, which feels like they're just playing games with us. Wendy knew a lot about some very powerful people, and she wasn't scared to talk about it. She was one of the first to talk about Diddy's secrets back in the 90s, and that got her banned from all the radio stations in New York. In fact, someone who used to work for Diddy said he saw Diddy make calls to make sure Wendy couldn't be heard on any station.
When she put out those pictures of the dude pulling his pants down, and it looked like some gay act that was going on, he got on the phone. He said, "Let me tell you this. When I get back to New York City, if she's on the radio station," he's talking to a radio executive. He said the same thing to he said, "Nobody that I deal with, nobody that I know is gonna do anything with y'all, no business at all. It ain't gonna be no artist, no nothing gonna come." He's telling people that at a radio station. When we got back to New York City, Wendy Williams was in Philly at a new station.
Wow.
That's the power he had.
And this isn't the only time Wendy has been brave in speaking up. Throughout her career, she's been outspoken about many influential and well-known individuals. This includes the big names in Hollywood and even some political figures. She never held back her thoughts, whether it was about celebrities or the people in power.
Yes. I don't even think that they sleep in the same suite or in the same hotel. I bet you there's such separation that she sleeps down the street at one hotel. He sleeps up the street at one hotel. He's probably jealous because her dressing room door is closer to the stage than his. Like Jay-Z is a good guy, in terms of the music, but he's not as good as Beyonce in terms of what the world at large thinks. People are saying that Obama was actually flirting with this prime minister. Well, here's the other picture. Look.
So is this the reason Wendy was shut down for having too much information? What did Katt Williams say about what's going on with Wendy? Let's find out more.
That's why I can speak with impunity about the Illuminati, because I know who you would have to be in order for what I'm saying to bother you, number one.
By now, you've probably heard the sad news about Wendy Williams. Just a few days after a new film called Where Was Wendy Williams? Came out on Lifetime on February 24th, we learned that Wendy has been diagnosed with aphasia and frontal temporal dementia. Aphasia is a problem that makes it hard to speak, write, and understand language. Frontal temporal dementia is a sickness that makes the brain get worse and worse very fast. There is no way to cure or treat frontal temporal dementia, and the person who has it will need someone to take care of them all the time. We've all seen Wendy deal with different health problems over the years. She's been honest about her problems, like her fight with Graves' disease, a problem with her immune system that affects her thyroid gland, and her fight with alcohol and drugs. But Wendy's fans think there is something fishy about Wendy's dementia diagnosis because it happened after Wendy's bank, Wells Fargo, said she couldn't take care of herself and stopped her from using her money in January 2022. Right after the famous The Wendy Williams Show was taken off the air, Wells Fargo stopped all of Wendy's money and didn't let her see her money records. Wells Fargo said that Wendy couldn't take care of herself and needed someone to take care of her money. They asked the New York Supreme Court to say that Wendy couldn't take care of herself and that her situation was worrying. They said, "We hope that the court will soon choose someone to check on the situation and make sure that Wendy's things are being handled right." But Wendy's lawyer, Celeste McGo, fought back and said that Wendy's old money advisor, Lori Schiller, lied to Wells Fargo about Wendy being not well in her mind. In her court paper, Wendy's lawyer said that Wendy had fired Lori Schiller before because she did something wrong in their work relationship. So, to get back at Wendy, Lori went behind Wendy's back and told Wells Fargo that Wendy couldn't handle her money and needed someone to take care of it right away. Wendy's lawyer also asked for a court order to stop Wells Fargo from messing with Wendy's right to use her money and see her money records. But the court agreed with Wells Fargo, and in December 2022, we found out that a lawyer named Sabrina Morrissey was chosen to take care of Wendy's money. I also want to tell you that Wendy herself spoke out against Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo and said they were working together to put her under guardianship. And in this recording, you will hear that Wendy sounded clear and calm. She explained how some people on her team tried to set her up.
About my money. And when I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Lori Schiller has got no response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not fair. And Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo have this guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. And this guy named Bernie Young, I know for a fact that Bernie Young used my American Express card to hire an attorney to file a petition against me. That was done with my American Express card. A former doctor had medical information about me that I never even got. It was sent over to Lori Schiller. I fired the doctor, and again, all I want to know is, where is my money? This is not right.
This recording is from March 2022, and you can hear that Wendy spoke clearly and didn't have any problems with aphasia or dementia. But her people are saying that she was diagnosed a long time ago, and that's why she left her talk show. But some of Wendy's family are worried about Wendy's guardianship. Wendy's son Kevin Jr. said that some people on Wendy's team were making her drink alcohol and then making her sign papers and deals when she was drunk. Kevin Jr. told The Sun, if they're not giving it to her, they're definitely letting her drink. They're hiring people who don't care about her getting better. He also said that Wendy's team made her sign deals when she was in rehab or right after she left. When I heard that she was agreeing to things around her rehab, I thought they're just using her, Kevin said. Now there's something else that's interesting. After the Lifetime film came out, Wendy's money guardian Sabrina Morrissey sued Lifetime and tried to stop the film. But Hollywood Reporter got some papers that showed Morrissey's lawsuit was thrown out right away. Some fans think that Wendy's guardian sued Lifetime to make people look away from her and make it seem like she really cares about Wendy. Fans also saw some similarities between Wendy's situation and Britney Spears' guardianship. Britney said in court that they gave her the wrong diagnosis and too much lithium, which they used to say she couldn't take care of her money. What's also weird is that Britney said her lawyer, who was supposed to help her end the guardianship, told her not to tell her story to anyone. This made fans think that her lawyer was working with Britney's guardians.
And I would honestly like to sue my family, to be totally honest with you. I also would like to be able to share my story with the world and what they did to me, instead of it being a hush-hush secret to benefit all of them. I want to be able to be heard on what they did to me. By making me keep this in for so long is not good for my heart. I've been so angry and I cry every day. It concerns me. I'm told I'm not allowed to expose the people who did this to me. For my sanity, I need you, to the judge, to approve me, do an interview where I can be heard on what they did to me. And actually, I have the right to use my voice and take up for myself. My attorney says I can't, it's not good. I can't let the public know anything they did to me, and by not saying anything is saying it's okay. I don't know what I said here. It's not okay. I don't want to interview. I'd much rather just have an open call to you for the press to hear, which I didn't know today we're doing. So thank you.
And then Kanye West came into the conversation and said that they also gave him too much lithium. And when the host said they were trying to do to him what they did to Britney Spears, Kanye said they were actually trying to take him out like they did to Michael Jackson.
Saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it now. Yeah. You can see there's not much of her left.
And before Britney and Kanye talked about this, Dave Chappelle said that he went to Africa after he said no to a $50 million offer from Comedy Central. He said they were trying to convince him to take antipsychotic medication.
And I knew I was going to leave, so I got ahead of schedule, and I bounced. And I didn't tell anybody where I was going. The whole time, they're trying to convince me I'm insane. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication. I said, I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know these people be trying to control you or maybe discredit you. I was afraid,
But you were stressed out. That's why.
There's no question. But it's very stressful for someone to constantly walk behind you and say, you're insane.
So it looks like there's a way Hollywood treats celebrities who don't follow the rules or talk about some things. They either say they're crazy, make them addicted to something, put someone in charge of them, or do something worse. Katt Williams also talked about this recently. He said he tried to tell people about R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, and Diddy long before everyone knew what they did. But he was scared and told to be quiet.
Shut.
Yeah,
Because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you will tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it.
Wendy Williams was doing this for years, finding out things about powerful people. But we don't know what these Hollywood bad guys, as Katt said, are capable of. And Wendy's fans think there's something else going on with Wendy. One fan said, I think they want to get rid of Wendy, and they're doing it slowly. They'll say she was sick after she said she was in rehab while doing the show. I could tell she didn't have any power over her life. And another person said, they stopped her money. They keep her away from everyone. Her family can't find her. When the people who made the film about Wendy Williams' life started, they stayed because they were worried about her. Some person they don't know is in charge of her life now. And they only sued after the film was on TV. That's crazy. But what do you think about Wendy? Do you think someone is trying to make her be quiet because she knows too much? Tell us what you think in the comments and watch this next video.